Yo, welcome to my guide about the 30k Rulupee adventure log. This video is one out of two regarding the 30k quests. In the other video, I'm showing you a route you can take doing the 30k quests, and this one will be about tips and tricks to make your life easier questing. But make sure to check the other one out too. First of all, big shout out to Azael for his questing sheet. It kind of inspired me to do this. Before I start, if you have any questions or feedback, please let me know in the comments or message me on Discord. Also, please like the video, subscribe to the channel and ring the bell so I can become a huge BDO YouTuber with an inflated ego. So for starters, your first question will probably be, how long will this take? Well, this depends on how hard you're going and how many quests you've done already. Let's say the average player that is interested in doing 30k quests will probably be between 5 and 10k quests. And I would say you can do it in 200 hours, but it can also take like 400 hours. It really depends on how you're doing it. But I would say don't rush it too much because it will not be fun. I recommend taking it at a slightly slower pace, but making the journey easier for yourself. And that's also how I made my route for the 30k route video. Take it slow and easy unless you want to go insane. I mean, I did half of the 30k quests within 2 weeks, so I'm not the best person to ask. So, let's go over to some general tips. Use your mates efficiently. If you don't have too many mates, try to not waste them away. You always forget about taking some items or have them in the wrong storage. Or maybe you're even waiting for a pre-order to go through for a quest item. So always make sure to have some mates up. And if you're thinking about buying some mates, now is the right time. And on the same topic, I have made an item list for all the side quests in Calpheon, Balenos and Serendia, so you can prepare all those items in your inventory or the storage of the respective region. Like for example, for Trent you will need a lot of timbers and stuff like that, so you can put them right away in Trent. Or in Kaplan you will need lots of ores and random items, so you can use the storage in Kaplan for that. I will have a link in the description with a sheet that includes the item list. If there's anything missing, let me know, I'll change it. You should get as many character slots as you can. The more you have, the easier your journey is. I mean, with the character slots we have nowadays, we have people sitting on 60k quests, so you can imagine how easy it is to get 30k. It's just time consuming. Obviously, it's going to be easier if you have the maxed out slots. But if you don't, I would recommend aiming for like 17 to 19 slots to save yourself some headache. These character slots are usually on sale when a new season or a new character releases, which is usually now at the same time, so grab those when they are cheap. If it's possible to you, get a fast Pegasus. Slap some gear on it, buy a Manos crop. The Manos crop is so huge for AFK riding. You would never want to go back. Having a fast horse can literally save you 100 hours. A Doom is fine too, but in the end you will be way faster on a Pegasus. For example, if you're doing the main quest in Mediah, you will have to go up to Neruda Shen like 15 times. And going down with a Pegasus is just so fast. So if you have the silver, go spend it. You're going to spend hundreds of hours on this project, so you might as well make it a little easy on yourself. Now to a huge misconception some people have about questing. You cannot do the main quest, delete a character, make a new character, do the main quest again, and so on and so on. That doesn't work. Every time you delete a character, you also delete the quest progress. So do not delete any characters if you don't have to. Something very important, keep your quest log and your inventory clean. If you're in Balenos, there's no reason for Calpheon quests to be in your quest log. It's just messy and confusing. If you keep both your inventory and your quest log tidy, you will have a way easier time doing this. Just clean your inventory and your quest log when you're AFK riding. It's not that hard and saves you a lot of time. When you have the choice of quest rewards, always take the stacking ones, like beer, capturing ropes, or those Atanis fireflies. In that way you waste less inventory slots. For gathering quests, unless you need the items later, don't take more than you need, because it will just fill up your inventory. Always keep a full set of log gear or magic gathering tools with you. You can put them on the hotbar alongside with your Manos crop to switch them around easily. It's always worth to check out video codex on how a quest works. If you figure it out once, you will know it for the rest of your characters. Every time you're close to a stable keeper, repair your gear, restore your horse, so you don't end up with a dead horse or gear to repair. This tip will not work forever. Make use of the Oasis event. Get your tri-weapons, get your Oasis maps. Maps are so convenient. Always use your traveler maps. The Oasis maps and the regular travelers maps have a separate cooldown. So always use those, they save so much time. And if you're thinking about doing the 30k, I would start as soon as possible before the Oasis event ends, because it will be way harder and way more expensive if you have to buy weapons. Don't forget to turn your agros off if you care about it. Also, don't use the Black Spirit from the Battalion Adventure Log. It's actually too tall and can't be summoned in all spaces. Just use a small one, they're cute anyway. This tip only really applies if you're taking it really slow or care about going further than 30k. Always do event quests. Obviously, you don't need to do the repeatable ones, but take all the event quests you can. Event quests are usually very easy and fast, and also have some nice rewards. When you're questing, make sure to use the right book. If you're currently questing for combat XP, use the Chenga Tome, and if you're not, always use the Caphras Journal of Glory. You get that one by completing the Caphras Journal Adventure Log. I will link a guide for both of those in the description. If you have a tent, you can say your gold bars to the tent. Many people don't know that, but it's really good to get rid of all the weight the gold bars are adding to your inventory. I mentioned this in the other video, but level up your gathering and processing. The more you level it up, the more quests you get. I would stop at either a skilled one, professional one, or artisan one, because at least for gathering and processing quests in Serendia and Balenos, the quests are always grouped up in those brackets. But keep in mind, the item list in my sheet is based on professional 1, processing and gathering, and also cooking. But cooking isn't too important. Most cooking quests are quite bad because they require you to cook something, and alchemy you can completely forget. It's trash to level and trash to quest. Make sure to turn all the quest types on. You can't even turn the other quest type off. Even though at first glance it might seem that it only includes repeatables, nah, it also gets rid of some regular quests. So just turn them all on. And also, green quest borders means live quest, yellow quest border is a regular quest. And if the quest border isn't fully solid and there's only those 4 little corners, that means it's a repeatable quest. So you can completely skip out on even talking to that NPC. There's this bug, well, I don't know if it's a bug, but every consecutive quest line only counts for 1 quest. So if you've done the first quest of a consecutive quest line, you can skip the rest. But a little disclaimer, it's not 100% consistent, so sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I haven't really found a pattern, but that's also the reason why some of the Valencia Mainquests don't work, or don't count. As mentioned in the other video, do every crossroad at least once, for the knowledge and titles. And which are the best crossroads? For the first one at the Goblins, it doesn't matter, it's all the same. For the second one in Heidel, it's the third option, each to their reasons. And in Altenova, it's for Altenova, that's the second option. The quests where you have to examine or inspect like some sort of statue or something, it always works the same. From my experience, you always have to move the camera up, zoom in and move to the right. Or counterclockwise. There are some exceptions for that, but most of them work the same. Also, a huge quality of life update PA did this year. You can do everything off horseback. You can talk to NPCs off horseback. You can even talk to your Black Spirit on horseback. You never even have to get off your horse. So make sure to take advantage of it. If you're stuck somewhere, use Escape, or a map if it's on cooldown. Try to not let your energy go down to 0, because for some quests you will need it. And for some quests you will even need a lot. And if you edit doing 30k quests, make sure to get all of your characters to level 61, because there's no reason to not do that. The questing to 61 is fast quests, and it gets your family fame to 7k easily. I mean, I have 7k combat fame alone. So if you ever want to reroll to another class, or if you want to have the last tax bracket, this is the time to do it. And in the low level regions, when there's kill quests coming up, like in the top right corner for, I don't know, harpies for example, If you finish those actually count to the quest log. And sometimes those are super easy. And one big tip, if you struggle on your first few characters, don't worry about it, we all did. You will get faster with every single class you go through it. And by the end of your grind, you will easily be able to do 1k quests a day. The actual fastest way to finish this is to do the main quest and do all the side quests you see on the side before you enter Calpheon. Starting from Calpheon region, I would only do the main quest, and after that you do all the side quests in Calpheon region. This is the fastest way to do quests, but you will also need max character slots for this. And you will not have enough quests in the end. So from there you will have to fill up with other main quests, with pushing your levels to 61, whatever. That's why I'm showing you another route on my other video. Both ways of doing it are totally fine, but I always recommend the easy way. And some quick tips for combat on your alts. Always use your main gear. Having as much AP as possible will save you so much time. I recommend buying a merchant wagon and putting everything in that, and store the wagon in the Western Guard Camp stable, so you can grab your stuff right away. Same goes for your horse, you can also put it into that stable. Try figuring out how your class works. It will help you with the few killing quests you have to do in higher level regions. Get some skill add-ons for monster AP, for attack speed, for move speed, and if you need it, HP and MP on hit. Try finding out which skills you can use to spam a lot, and put all your skill points into that. Obviously, you could fill up all your character slots with one class. But do you really want to do that? I don't know. If you get to the point where you don't have enough gear to kill a quest mob, don't be afraid to ask for help if you see someone on the spot. Most people are actually super nice and will always help you out if you need it. Every time I needed to leech off randoms for quests, they always helped. Just make sure to stay in range and call in your pets. You don't want to grieve them. I mean, I even get randoms to help me to do the Turo quest. And Odyllita 2 will be impossible without good gear, and Karma could also become tricky if your main gear isn't great. So just leech it. Also, on the same note, try to not grieve people while doing quests. You know, you wouldn't want other people to do it to you, right? Right? Imagine you're grinding, some random coming in, griefing your rotation, being like, "Oh, I'm just doing my quest here. I'm not griefing, you're griefing." Get willpower or mana potions if it speeds you up. Don't be cheap. This last one is kinda specific, but when you're at the Catfishman camp or the main's hideout, I would recommend using the faster and stronger combat XP buff from the reward tab. In that way you can get a little ahead of the level and sit on a comfortable level for the rest of the grind. It's not a huge thing, but that's where I would grind out some levels. It's just for a few minutes, and it's not like you could pop those XP buffs after level 56 anyway. And that's it with this video. I hope I could help you a little bit with your grind and you take some of those tips to heart. And make sure to check the description out. I have a written version of the entire guide. If you have any other tips or tricks, let me know. I can add it to my spreadsheet and keep it updated. Personally, I will soon work on the 50k quests just to be prepared for the next Rulupee log. If you have any questions or feedback, please let me know in the comments. Make sure to check the other video out as well. It's in the top right corner right now, and it's linked in the description as well. And thanks for watching. See ya!